Hey everyone, I have a really cool deck today, 4-color artifact in standard, and I have to give a shout out to Cute Chandra 19, uh, who built the deck and it's been doing quite well apparently on Magic Online. This is MTG Goldfish, it's a website where you find deck lists pretty cool. You can sort by formats, popular decks, and then you get Magic Online results, some other tournaments too, and it's pretty cool. We get to see the evolution of the deck that hasn't changed a ton, but if you look at the first 5 list, it only has one percussionist, has 4 drakes, and only one relic. It's also greedy. It's got the 4 collector's vault. I guess the idea was to get value out of Jewel into collector's vault is kind of a nice curve. You get to use the 2 colorless, but I'm not super surprised to see that as time goes on, they cut down on Vault. That card is kind of clunky, and it's just not that great when you're not abusing the loot effect. Like when you're trying to reanimate a big creature, maybe you discard a Traxa, gets you that extra mana for Zombify, maybe even lets you hardcast expensive spells. So trimmed on the Vaults, went up on the Relic. Card just seems like an all-star in the artifact decks. Trimmed a bit on the Drakes too. And then the sideboard changed a bunch. And I think the main deck is like the same again here. So this is what I'm going to play. The one change I made was to cut the second Gear Drake and add a Star Cage. I think that card might play out nicely. It's removal that you can tutor for was the Bay. And if you look at your 1 and 2 mana artifacts, most of them have come into play effects. So if you exile them and then sack the Star Cage, you get all the triggers again. Relic even has a leave the battlefield effect, which is pretty cool. And on top of that, it only hits creatures and artifacts, which means it leaves weapons manufacturing into play, which is kind of the win condition, quote unquote. Leaves it into play, and weapon says when the token leaves the battlefield, it deals 2 damage. So it's not when it dies or when you sacrifice it, but leaves, so the Stargate should work. I like the mana. 20 freelance seems about right. I think you can maybe get away with 22 between the 4 jewels and the relics, but you kind of need the colored mana as well. Cute Chandra was pretty mindful about having 6, 10, 14 untapped blue sources on one for Jewel, and then, I'm not really counting Verge on turn 1, obviously, and then 4, 8, 11, 15 red on one as well. Starcade is going to be really hard to cast. And another tiny change I made was I cut the second Fountain Port for Mari Vault. I kind of like that card, so we'll see. Yeah, let's see. I haven't played with that deck yet. I've basically not played 4-color artifacts, not showing the black. Yeah, I've been focused on Magic Online. I'm trying to get qualifier points to play turns this weekend. Basically, there's a system for those of you who don't know the Magic Online tournament system or only play on Arena. You've got these tournaments on the weekend that you can only enter with points that you have to earn in other tournaments. You can't just buy in, so been playing Modern, testing Modern for the Pro Tour too. Opponent goes first. I have a nice curve. Vault looking a little clunky here. Vault's just going to be a little awkward without let's see. This is going to save me 2 life probably in the long run. Let's do that. Let's just torch this right away in case they have a bag draw effect. Well, exile effect is nice. Gorehound into nesting bots. Okay. Let's play starting town now. I like the sound on Arena. I like the little background music. Let me know if A lot of you are like, oh, can you cut the music out? Well, I'll just keep the sound effects, but it's pretty solid. Get to get rid of my Volt. Does that deal damage on its own? When the spacecraft enters, it deals damage equal to the number of artifacts you control. Okay, so it's at least 1 damage. That's cool. That is good to know. Alright, playing Bay doesn't make a ton of sense here. Just kill the Gorehound, I guess. They're probably playing Raise the Pass, right? That card's still legal. That's a deck that got a pretty big upgrade. You already have Sephiroth, now you have the free 2 that sacks a creature. You actually have a good sack outlet, which you didn't really have before. You had the White-Black Legend, but that was like limited to 1 a turn. Yeah, let's get rid of Sephiroth ASAP. And play the Bay. Yeah, that's so on the Zealots. I could like, let's see. I don't have much sack fodder. I mean, I could snare the witch and hope they sack it. If they get greedy. Yeah, didn't really think that through. Now there's nothing under the snare. Probably is that there's not that much for me to get at Phantom Train. I guess Phantom Train blocks well, right? That was probably a little short-sighted by my opponent. I think it's just Phantom Train. Might be good enough. I might have to sag the Bay, but I'm fine with that. They might have a removal spell. I don't think they're going to have a ton of removal spell in their deck, just because their deck is just heavy synergy. You don't want to play too many removal spells. Or if you're going to play removal, you want to play something like the Lawbringer. This works really well with the rest of their deck. Okay, let's stay like there. Flooding, I guess, like low impact. Alright, I can Fountain Port. I could use the Volt. Or I could just make a treasure maybe to keep activating the train. I think that's probably better for now. They don't attack, I can make a treasure, and then I'll have like an extra artifact. See, an extra card was the Volt. Try and find something like a relic. Another Gorehound. It's a little scary. They're gonna be digging. And they topped, I think. Oh, they're attacking again. Okay. Pretty weird. I think they're just not playing very well at this point. I mean, this thing has menace at least, but a Lawbringer attack's pretty sus. Unless they have something on top that... Oh, okay. Let's do this. Oh. I'm dumb. I thought I had mana for Volt plus Relic. Guess I should say go first. Doesn't look like they're playing any stag draw effects. May single is just bad though. Voice of Victory. It's a problem. Do damage. Ugh, I'm one short of the Star Cage. Damn, it's close. Like 1 life short of living. I can activate the train. They made a few questionable plays so far. Ah, that card's. See, that's why you don't scoop. You get to see like. Yeah, that's good enough. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent chooses a creature control and exiles it. I mean, you have your end step if flurry controls no creature, sacrifice. Okay. Alright. I got. That was like close. Card seems good in the matchup, and then I probably need to go as vacuum. They probably have ways to reanimate stuff. Let's see, what should we cut? Four cards. Just cut Volts or Jewels. Both. Trim. Torch pretty solid in this matchup. Dusk Rose seems decent. Chainsaw, Wonder Removal. Just not that much to cut. I guess I'm just gonna cut the Jewels. No more Lorient to worry about. I wonder if there's other similar cards. I wouldn't be surprised if you just end up playing like 4 of these in the deck, the Percussionist. Alright, I don't really want to kill the nesting bots. So I guess I'm just gonna play the Drake. And Sigil. That was a really good draw. Don't have to worry as much about big reanimate effects. Still don't want to trade for the nesting bots. I mean, Goes Vacuum's literally a win condition in this matchup almost. I guess you do give them back their creatures when you sack it for the 6 mana part. Okay, solids. Not too worried though. Got the chainsaw. Untap line would be nice here. Kill Sephiroth. And then which artifact do I want to sack? I'll offer a trade. No, they don't want the trade. I guess I'm gonna play value and just sag the chainsaw for now. Push some damage through. They're already down to 13. Still haven't seen any reanimate effects. We didn't see them in game 1. I think raise the pass. I think the deck like stays pretty much intact. Could be wrong. Some mess around. Let's get them very dead. Wait, why am I getting speed? Oh, Perilous Snare, right. I'm gonna stag the Percussionist at this point. Does it get revealed? I think it gets revealed, right? That game was an absolute beating. Jewel would have been nice, but not anything too special. Maybe keeping Vault without Jewel is just not reasonable, though. I'll do just 2 Jewels, no Vaults. Their deck's like pretty fast. Doesn't mess around too much. Rewarded. Ooh, that's a really nice curve. The Dream. Especially with Starcage in my deck. Or do you just play Extruder? I'm down to the good start too. That's really scary. That's gonna do Relic so I can try and bay into Starcage next turn. Could also Weapons plus Dust Crows, depending on what they play. The Witch. This is too tempting. Just hope they don't have a disenchant. You know what'd be gross if I drew the 1 Starcage? Maybe I should have a second one. Hold. Looks like we helped. Okay, let's get that one going. And then I guess just goes vacuum. We might have a disenchant if they didn't do anything here. Yeah, Qatar Commando. They get all the triggers. I guess I get my jewel back. Let's go. Good beats. Fair, fair. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if they ever find Razor Pass, I think they're just loading up their graveyards faster than I can then deal with it with Goes Vacuum. Let's see. It's kind of nice. I do have a pretty solid turn here, right? Trying to think. I don't know the deck well enough. Let me look up the list real quick. 1 mana, I've got Dust Crows, I've got some Chainsaws. I've got Palace Snare. I'm gonna try to take the least amount of damage from Sephiroth as possible. I think I'm gonna do that. Seems like a reasonable start. I don't think I'm nowhere near to killing them right now. Just Extruder, a Gorehound, another munition. And then I can sack. I can do both, or do I want to play another Ghost Vacuum? I want to play another Ghost Vacuum, I think, because of the Blood Witch. Maybe just say go. Or use the Bay. Could use the Bay to get another Ghost Vacuum to really limit so that's probably mostly how they win, but getting rid of both their creatures is also tempting. Just not take any point of damage. Negates. Let's see. Alright, I guess I'll do that. I'll kill the token. And I'll get another Dust Crows, I guess. Oh, right, when you get it, you don't have to sack anything. Did not realize that. Maybe I should have played Foundry Tap and Ping from Starting Town. Okay. This is really nice because now I get to clean up the graveyard a tiny bit. Let's see what's scary. I feel like I probably have lethal, right? Let's do that. Let's get... Just get some Perilous Snare. And I can play the Bay. Wait, no, I'm silly. I'm gonna sag the Snare to get my Phantom Train. 6, that's 12 damage. Alright, I guess I'll keep playing it safe. I don't think they can win anymore. I don't think I can kill them this turn. Just gonna get another Ghost Vacuum. Tide Train is also kind of nice against, like, if people have, like, mass artifact removal, you still, Alright, going for the motions here. I don't think I need to do that, because I think they're probably dead on board, but just in case. Alright, let's sack... Okay, let's sack Ammunition. Deal 2. Get like Clockwork. Let's sack the other Bay to the Bay. Get the Phantom Train. Torch the Voice. Stacking Ammunition. And I still not have lethal? Five, 6. Guess not. Yeah, I think Starcade just might be really good in this deck, especially in matchups where lineups as well. You definitely want more in the sideboard. Is that any target? No, creatures. Wow. Speed. Oh, let's forget to use that ability. Also the jewel, maybe I can craft the jewel. Alright, we got them. Very cool. Oh, my quest that just reset. Let's try and reset one of the... Oh no. Wait, why can I reset that one but not... What? Okay. I didn't play it against white-black yet. We never even saw Razor Pass, but they were stuck on freelance there. The card's just not legal, or maybe they just never drew it. Okay. Not a bad hand on a draw. the boogeyman. The boogeyman of the format. Is it Cauldron? I like getting paired against the most played decks. Fun, especially when you're trying out a new deck. It's really nice to just kind of get it out of the way, you know, if you're trying to see if your deck's competitive, just like when we test for a big tournament, that's all the time, that's what we'll do. We'll just play against the quote-unquote best deck, see if it passes the test, kind of. Oh, they put the counter on FOMO. And they discarded a Vivi. It's all scary. Let's see. So I can go Bay into Volt, sack it, get a removal, but I might get ran over. Or I can Torch plus Volt, kind of set up for future turns. There's also weapons manufacturing. Can I do something cool? Yeah, probably just limit the... Yeah, I guess Volt is really good with manufacturing, right? No, never mind. The treasure doesn't make another token, and it's not a sack. I'm like, oh, they're playing the Riddler? And they have Cauldron, and they have Vivi in the yards. Oof. New cards. Alright, can I get out of this mess? You have to kill one of their creatures for now. That's something. Kill one of their creatures, get a blocker. Is that the best I can do? Well, it's the worst. See if I get to live the turn. If I get to live the turn, I can Bay and get Perilous Snare. Okay. Alright. Wait, what? What just happened? Oh, Vivi mana. I'm dumb. It's like, how did I cast it for so cheap? Damn. I haven't seen Riddler was in the list, but interesting. Oh, that was silly. Alright. I got gods. Oh, I'm not dead? Oh. Let's see. I don't think I can get rid of all their creatures. Probably not even close. I can sag that, get a Perilous Snare. Yeah. The Star Cage doesn't save me either. Do not have artifact removal. Goes Vacuum seems good, and then Annul is good. And then I think I might just do what I did last time, just cut the Volts in the Jewel. I mean, you saw how slow and clunky Volt was there. all tricky when you're building your deck around a card like Jewel and you only have 4 of them, because the jewels get better the more cards you have that needs an ability. But then when you draw these cards without Jewel, your deck's really clunky, so it's like high variance basically. Okay. Need a third land. This deck could also play Battlefront, maybe sideboards, and maybe even just main deck, but the idea of sideboard is that maybe people have more removal cards like a Braid and stuff, and the game slowed down after sideboards. Pretty exciting space though for the artifact deck. There's just so much you can do. This does get rid of artifacts. But I have Starcage, so I'm not gonna use Dust Crows. A little unlucky. It was nice. I got to bargain too. We're wondering the other day if that was maybe a better win con than Phantom Train. Maybe I was supposed to just get rid of Soul Cauldron right away. I mean, obviously it's gonna be tough when you have one drop Cauldron, maybe discard Outlet, like just kind of have it. Pretty strong draws. I even drew the Starcage, so I can't tutor for it, so I need to draw a second white mana, which I really don't have a ton of. But yeah, we talked about it on the podcast, and Edgar was saying the deck was cracked, and can see why you really need to be like really streamlined. I mean, Goes Vacuum would have, I guess one Goes Vacuum would have like shut down almost their entire draw. So I would probably just play more Goes Vacuum in the main. Let's see. Can I still do something? Not really. I just got badly out-tempoed. Guess I need to get rid of Soul Cauldron, even though I have the Starcage. Soul sad. And then torch one of the Makos now. Come give them back their Soul Cauldron and have the Nonbo with Starcage. I can save it. Alright. Oh. Thought they were just gonna save it. So it's like good game. But Vivi get Lacey, I'm just dead. Alright. I think it was closer than it looked. I drew my two, like, quote-unquote uncastable cards. Like, basically drew the two cards I really don't want to draw, I think. Phantom Train and Star Cage, that was awkward. Like, one goes vacuum would have gone a long way. I think I would, yeah, probably get rid of at least the Collector's Vault. May goes vacuum's just good against every run right now. Maybe rework the mana a tiny bit for Star Cage. Yeah, I feel like even something like a Drake is better. I'd rather draw almost a Drake than a Jewel. I mean, a Drake than a Vault when I have Jewel. Maybe more Percussionist is good. But the rest of the deck seems pretty nice. And then Battlefront has what? 1, 2, 6, 7. What's that? 8, 12, 13, 17, 21, 22, 23. So you have a lot of hits for Battlefront, but then you have to cut artifacts, so that part's tricky too. And the white mana is not a ton. I'm going to give you a quick look at the way I rebuild the artifact deck. Sideboard card's still a work in progress, but basically cut Jewels, cut Maze Mind Tome. The mana is awkward right now in blue-white. You don't have Hallowed Fountain. And why did I have Spire Bluff Canal, but this deck doesn't have Seachrome Coast? I guess they wrote it differently, right? Oh, right. Only opposite colors that's left. Okay, yeah. I was thinking the Banburs I played the other day was like, why am I not playing more fast lands? But yeah, they're just gone. So yeah, the blue-white mana is really awkward, so it's hard to have 14 sources of blue untapped. Was that the fast land? So I was like, okay, I'm just going to play 4 archives, have to play Starting Town, and then the Verge doesn't tap for blue on turn 1. So just Forsake Jewel. Gonna make your Bay draws well worse, but yeah, play Star Cage, combos really well. Still play some Iron Crag, I guess, for mana acceleration. I think that's still the best one, and then kind of up to you if you want to play the top end or just a couple of 4s, you know. I kind of like the top end, and it's fun, can be powerful, and then sideboard needs a rework. There's a bunch of cards that rotated out. But yeah, trying to keep those not too long. You know, we're right at 43 minutes here. But yeah, that artifact deck's ton of fun. Looking forward to play these decks, tune them. Definitely lots to explore. And as always, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.